we'll move on and ask for a motion to approve the February 26th, 2024 regular board meeting agenda as presented.
So moved.
Support.
Any further conversation? Okay, hearing none. Show of hands of all in favor. Okay, thank you. Okay, up first, we have our Ella White Elementary presentation. Oh.
We're gonna take a stand over by the bleachers so that everybody can see and we don't block your camera. All right. Good evening and welcome to Ella White Elementary. We feel very privileged to be hosting the board meeting this evening. The last Monday of every month, we have our SOAR Assembly. Our SOAR Assembly is a key component of our PBIS program, Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports. And so it's a key piece of what we do. So today was our SOAR Assembly, and we thought it would be really fun to share just a glimpse of what a SOAR Assembly looks like with you. SOAR is an acronym that stands for Be Safe, Take Ownership, Choose Attitude, and Show Respect. Staff and students model these practices throughout the school, on the playground, in the classroom, everywhere we go. At our SOAR Assembly, each teacher chooses 2 students to highlight for showing exceptional SOAR behavior or just exceptional growth in SOAR behavior. So tonight, our 5th grade students, along with a few others, have joined us to give you a glimpse at a SOAR Assembly. So with that said, let the assembly begin. Good evening, APS Board of Education. Welcome to our February SOAR Assembly. We're going to kick things off with our new Dean of Students, Ms. Charkowski, leading us in our SOAR cheer.
Welcome, welcome. All right, are we ready, guys?
S-O-A-R, 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 soar, soar, soar. Be safe, take ownership, choose attitude, show respect. S-O-A-R, 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 soar, soar, soar.
Great job.
All right, and now it's time for us to give out our SOAR certificates. So let me hand these out. All right, the Ella White community has decided that the APS Board of Education has worked hard to help our staff and students be safe.
Thank you for choosing safety first for our staff and students and supporting the implementation of the Safe, Warm, and Dry bond.
Take ownership.
Thank you for how thorough and thoughtful you are with the decisions and processes that impact the school system and our community.
Choose attitude.
Thank you for the positive support you show our Ella White community.
And last but not least, show respect.
Thank you for the respect you show all of our stakeholders in the APS community.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good job. And thank you so much to our fifth grade leadership team. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Edward Noble.
Hi, I'm Hannah Darga.
Hi, I'm Lillian Karsten.
Hi, I'm Morgan Schultz.
Hi, I'm Ella Engstrom.
Hi, I'm Weston Wordsmith.
Hi, I'm Draven Wool.
Hi, I'm Ian Noble.
It is a really cool microphone, I know. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight and helping us show the board what we're all about. We would love, because it's what we do after we give out the certificates, to get a picture with the board. If you guys want to stay put, you can. We can file in and get a picture. Would that be okay? All right.
Thank you. Good job, guys. Thank you. All right, up next, we have our CTE presentation, FFA.
Good evening. For those of you that don't know, I am Melissa Smith. I'm the Agricultural Sciences and FFA teacher and FFA advisor at Alpena High School. I'm here today with several of our FFA members to help celebrate CTE Month. And if you're not aware, CTE Month is held in the month of February to highlight the excellent career and technical education programs that we offer at the secondary level. We have many excellent CTE programs at Alpena High School, Agricultural Sciences, or Agri-Science being one of them. And we've had several events this month. We had a visit from the 8th graders to all of our CTE programs last week at Alpena High School. We had several of our programs go to the junior high school and visit with the junior high students and talk about CTE programs. And tomorrow evening from 5 to 7 is our Career and Technical Education Expo that the community, as well as everybody here today, is invited to attend from 5 to 7 at Alpena High School and to tour and see all of our excellent CTE programs. So the first aspect that we have today, we have a gift for all the board members. We actually have two gifts. The first are made by our Woodworking and Amped Up construction and woodworking program. And the second is a houseplant from our Agri-Science greenhouse. We just completed our first of our greenhouse sales last week, and these are some of the houseplants that we grew in our greenhouse for our program. So I'll go ahead and let the members bring the gifts over.
High school the other day. I got to go in the greenhouse.
So we have a lot of different houseplants, so go ahead and feel free to choose a houseplant. And then this is a cell phone holder.
Ah.
Nice. Thank you.
Do you know the names?
Thank you.
Oh, sure. How about this one for me?
Thanks.
I'll take this one right here. Thank you so much. Okay.
Either, I mean, you can just surprise me. I like surprises. Thank you so much. Whichever one is easiest to keep alive. Just surprise me.
Is that also a little jade plant over there on the left? Or your right? I guess. Or no. That one right there. No, the one in front. Big, sort of like this. The big.
That's a jade plant.
Yeah, that's, yeah, that would be great. Thank you. Yeah, I've always had a fondness for those. Thank you very much.
Anything is fine, thank you.
That's great. I wasn't quite sure what
Melissa?
this was, but it says
Ms.
phone holder.
Smith,
Yes.
Where do you get the plugs for the succulents?
We have a company, well, some of them we do from cuttings ourselves. We have a couple of families that have a lot of houseplants and provide cuttings. But we get a lot of our plugs from, it's North Carolina Farms. It's a greenhouse program out of North Carolina that we order a lot of our. So, and we do plant, none of the house plants, but we do plant a lot of our vegetable and flowering plants from seed as well. And so the second part of our presentation today, we want to talk about our FFA program. One of the requirements for all of our CTE programs is to have a leadership component, or a CTSO, which stands for Career and Technical Student Organization. Our student organization is FFA, and other student CTSOs we have at Alpena High School are DECA, our BPA, and our HOSA program that we also have. So I want to tell you a little bit about FFA, what our FFA program has accomplished this year, and then I will introduce the members of our officer team that I have here today and let them take over and talk about some of the things that we've accomplished this year. So, and let me pass this out.
Thanks.
So FFA is an intercurricular student organization. It is a national organization with local, chapter level, state, and national activities and events. It has three components that include this is one of the three components, including the educational component, the leadership component, and also our third component is a supervised agricultural experience outside the classroom. And FFA does make a difference in our students by developing their potential to be leaders, personal growth, and career success in the area of agriculture and natural resources. There are currently 850,823 student members in the FFA program, with 8,995 local FFA chapters throughout the United States. We have had an FFA chapter in Alpena since 1936. And we have a very active FFA chapter. Currently, we have 80 members in 7th through 12th grade, and that is up from 65 members last school year. And our organization is a student-run organization with officers that are elected by our membership, and the student officers take a role in running our meetings and planning our events and activities throughout the year. So our officer team includes our President Aubrey Wilson, who's here today. Aubrey, raise your hand. Vice Presidents Allison Borowski and Hannah Tracy, our Secretary Autumn Wiseman, Treasurer Ellison Olson, and Ellison is here today, Reporter Kaylin Rosnowski, who's also here today, Sentinel Katie Bushy, who is here today, Parliamentarian Dakota Centella, Historian Liliana Tolan, who is also here today, and Chaplain Ethan Hansen. So I'm going to give the podium to Ellison.
So some of the community service that we've participated in this year, we've assisted in the Alpena Farmers Market, organizing and holding their annual Fall Kids Day. We raised and donated 20 broiler chickens to the leadership class, their holiday food baskets. We wrapped presents for the Vietnam Veterans Operation Toys for Kids program this December, I believe. We made 75 floral arrangements for residents of the Mena Lodge in Alpena. And in March, we will be assisting the NEMSCA in food packing donation boxes.
Some student and chapter development is 25 members participated in our regional decathlon skills contest. Alpena had 3 teams in the top 10, and we got third in our senior tractor driving. Another one is 17 members participated in our Michigan FFA broiler contest. Our annual fruit and nut sale fundraiser was held in November to raise funds for our chapter activities. The activity alumni group called the Friends of Alpena FFA that provide assistance for various chapter activities also.
The Alpena FFA this year hosted the district leadership contest with 25 FFA members participating. The agricultural issues team, 1 demonstration team, and 1 job interview qualified for regional competition. Members will be competing in May in the Michigan FFA Meat Rabbit Contest, and members are currently working on the second tractor restoration project for our alumni.
This week we have state convention where many members are going to receive awards. We have 4 Michigan State degrees, 6 outstanding juniors, 3 state academic excellence awards, 3 state proficiency awards, 4 Michigan FFA band participants, 2 Michigan FFA choir participants, 2 members competing in the Arthur Berkeley Agri-Science Fair, 1 member receiving WLC scholarship, 5th place in the Michigan Farm Bureau Speak Ag Michigan competition, and we have a Superior Chapter Award and a Golden National Chapter Award.
So some upcoming events for our chapter is this week we are heading down to East Lansing for Michigan State Convention. April 26th is our chapter awards banquet at the high school. May 1st is our Michigan FFA Meat Rabbit Contest down in Lauerville. And May 17th and May 24th is our AHS Agri-Science plant sale at the greenhouse at the high school.
Great. We appreciate your time today and just hope that we appreciate your continued support of our CTE programs and our CTSO programs that we have at Alpena High School. So thank you very much.
Thank you all very much. All right, up next, we
Can I
will-
say something?
Okay, I was like,
I'm sorry. If you've never had a chance to watch a meeting get ran by a FFA team, it's really something, or to see the parliamentary procedure teams compete, it really is a well-oiled meeting, well-run. Fun to watch.
Great, thank you. Okay. All right, now moving on, we'll, first opportunity for citizens and delegations to address the board.
Tate Skiba. He wanted you to know that on Thursday, this coming Thursday during 5th hour, which runs from about 11 o'clock until 12:30 at the high school, his AP European students will be acting out the World's Fair. And they will each be selecting a character and portraying that character over the course of an hour. So he wanted to make sure that you are aware of that. His room number is F213, and he welcomes any and all. Thank you.
Thank you. I remember that one last year as a parent. You? Oh, okay. That was. Oh, well.
So this dates me, but I was in one of those expeditions with Mr. Stoppa.
Yes.
It's like,
Yep.
You remember it well.
and I do, yes, I do.
I went to visit Mr. Tate's, Mr. Skiba's classroom and watched these with their whole presentations and everything. It was really,
They do a great
really
job.
fascinating.
All right, anyone else to address the board? Okay, seeing no one else coming forward, we will move on to our action items. Approval of consent agenda items listed at those four: the January 22nd regular meeting minutes, January 22nd closed session minutes, February 12th monthly workshop minutes, and the February 24th strategic planning minutes. We would need a motion to approve the consent agenda items as presented.
I had one sort of correction to one of them. Do you want me to pull it from the consent agenda to make that correction? Or just offer a motion
I'd say just, we could just offer a motion.
Correct.
I think I heard you two
Including the
discussing
change.
it prior. Yeah, just offer a
Yes.
motion with that.
Okay, well, I would
quick
then
change.
offer a motion to approve the consent agenda items with the restoration of the vote results to the, which one was it? It was item number.
I think it's January 24th.
Was the 24th?
Yeah, under section 7, yeah, the 24th, under section 7, additional business, item A, this policy 7217, we just didn't record the vote. So with that one change, I would offer the motion to do that.
Did everyone understand what he's saying? Okay, on the January 24th minutes, section 7, under additional business requiring board action, under policy 7217, it just, that last sentence that shows what the vote was, it says who made the motion and who supported it, but it doesn't have the final vote tally like all the others do, so. That's all. So if we can make that correction, Dr. Lawson made a motion to approve the consent agenda items with that correction. We need someone to second that.
Support.
Okay, thank you for catching that. Anything further? All right, hearing nothing, all in favor, show of hands.
Okay.
Thanks. Additional business requiring board action, general appropriations budget, amendment 1. Do you want to get up and say anything? This is all just the different budget items that we went over at the workshop. Mary did state that she did not receive any questions or emails to clarify anything, so that'd be a great time now if anyone does have anything to. She's here. Anyone need anything else? We get to move on, okay? We needing to take any action on that, then no, there's nothing listed, just making.
Yeah, we need to,
Yeah, there's nothing listed on the agenda, I guess, or just.
yeah, so it would be
Yeah.
to adopt the preamble and resolution of the general appropriations budget 1 amendment as presented. Oops.
Leslie, I move to accept the general appropriations budget amendment as written.
Okay.
Support.
Okay.
Anything further? All right, just a show of hands on this one then,
Or
please.
is it a roll call?
We
Yeah,
generally
do
do
we
a
roll call, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, does a, yeah, am I missing something? No.
No, it's
Okay,
just not
It's
in
just
there.
not on there, yep, okay.
So
Roll
it
call on
is a
this one,
roll call.
please.
Member Fritz?
Aye.
Member Lawson?
Aye.
Member Parr?
Aye.
Member Hanson?
Aye.
Member Snow?
Aye.
Member MacArthur?
Aye.
And Member Meinhardt?
Aye. Okay, thank you. Up next, the approval of a special education mathematics resource room restructure that we learned about at our workshop. Any further conversation regarding this?
Just a comment, I've heard several community members comment positively on this, so I definitely think it's a step in the right direction. I've heard nothing negative.
Yep, I agree. I think it's a great change for our students. Okay, if nothing else, we'd need a motion to approve the restructuring from the special education mathematics resource room 6th, 7th, and 8th to resource room math 1 through 4.
I'd
So
offer the
moved.
support.
Gordon and
Was it
Stacy?
Stacy?
Yeah, Gordon and Stacy. Okay, anything further? Okay, if not, show of hands, please.
Okay.
All in favor, thank you. Consideration of the asbestos abatement bid. that we heard about also at the workshop, motion and also in your packet, motion to award the asbestos abatement contract for the base amount bid of $197,000 to Quality Environmental Services for the asbestos abatement work needed at Wilson and Ella White and the high school.
I'd offer that motion.
Support.
Anything further? Okay, if not, did you have it down for a roll call in your minutes or just?
Generally, I believe for a bid that size, we do.
Yeah,
that.
perfect, okay. Let's do roll
Member
call.
Lawson,
Aye.
Member Parr,
Aye.
Member Hanson,
Aye.
and Member Snow,
Aye.
Member MacArthur,
Aye.
Member Fritz,
Aye.
Member Meinhardt.
Aye. Okay. We are to the section of our policy special updates. We have multiple second readings. Did anyone want to go through these individually, or do a blanket motion? Is there any that anyone want to pull out separately?
I just kind of wanted to ask about, this is number 3131. So what are our feelings about the first option? And is that a good option? Does administration recommend this wholeheartedly? Length of service or tenure status may only be considered by the administration when all other factors as listed below are considered equal amongst potentially affected teachers. Does that pretty much say what we want it to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's turning it over to the collective
Can you turn your
bargaining.
microphone on, please?
Yeah, so essentially, we do agree with that. And then much of this, as we discussed last time, will be hashed out through the collective bargaining process.
Okay. And I see we don't have, we have the first option, but not the second. In the next paragraph, we have the option checked that begins, this policy shall not operate or be applied to retain or recall, blah, blah, blah. And then the next option, or in needing support, that we don't have checked. And that's on purpose, so we. Is that, it's not an either or, that's an addition, or just the way it was written?
Addition.
Had me.
Yeah.
If it is included, it seems very broad to me.
Yeah, in addition.
Okay, but we don't feel that one is necessary, so we don't have it checked.
Correct.
Okay, just as long as that's on purpose.
Properly, yep.
I don't believe I had any other questions about any of the policies.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else on any of the others that were discussed? Okay, if nothing else, we could do a broad motion to approve policies 0122, 1420, 3120, 3130, 3131, 3132, 3139, 3140, 3142, 3220 as presented.
I would offer that motion. Support.
Okay. Anything further? All right, all in favor, show of hands? Okay, motion carries, thank you. Up next, we have our human resources update.
Good evening. I am pleased to announce we have 11 new hires this month. For professional staff, Rita Gold, special education teacher, Hinks Elementary School.
Ian Smith, science teacher, Thunder Bay Junior High School. Robert Adams, special education teacher, Thunder Bay Junior High. And Mary Charkowski, Dean of Students, Ella White Elementary School. For support staff, we have Aaron Peck, relief driver, Alpena Public Schools. Aaron Miller, instructional assistant, Alpena High School. Pamela Couple, instructional assistant, Thunder Bay Junior High. Erica Adaman, food service helper float, Alpena Public Schools. Bruce Tozer, relief driver, Alpena Public Schools. Sean Miller, dispatcher and communication liaison, Alpena Public Schools. Jocelyn Crocker, instructional assistant, Thunder Bay Junior High. For resignations, we have Haley Lesage, instructional assistant, Thunder Bay Junior High. Jacob Nadeau, instructional assistant, Ella White Elementary School. Emily Werkoz, instructional assistant, Besser Elementary School. Sean Baller, science teacher, Thunder Bay Junior High School. Thank you.
Thank you. It's great to see some new additions on there in terms of staffing.
Oh, that's okay. No, it's okay.
With that, we would need a motion to approve the hire of the new professional staff.
I'd offer that motion.
I would support it.
Okay, Stacy and Eric, thank you. Anything further? All in favor, show of hands. Okay, thank you very much. Up next, Dr. Lawson, gifts.
Yes. Culver's donated Students of Character program tickets for student rewards and soccer balls and basketballs for use at recess to Ella White School. Northeast Michigan Community Mental Health donated 800 earbuds valued at $1,600 for online testing to Alpena High School. Ron and Cheryl Lemke donated clothing, hats, gloves, and coats valued at $250 for children in need, and a small field trip first aid kits for teachers valued at $10 to Besser Elementary School. Pastor Shipman of St. Paul Lutheran Church donated $250 to the AHS School Success Program for students in need. Thunder Bay Transit Authority donated 2 $15 dial-a-ride ticket books to Lincoln School for students in need. Katie Hunolt donated $80 in memory of her brother, Roger Sucharski, to the Yellow Ribbon Program at Alpena High School. Robert Berriger, Farm Bureau Insurance Agency, donated a new AED with soft case and full kit valued at $2,500 to Alpena High School. I would move to accept these gifts listed above with gratitude and thank the donors in writing for the generous gifts.
Support.
Okay, all in favor, show of hands, please. Okay, thank you. Second opportunity for citizens and delegations to address the board. Okay, we'll move on. Any letters or communication?
Nothing.
All right, Dr. Rabideau, superintendent update.
So we administered the Raymond Employee Engagement Survey when we came back from winter break, early January. And we had a very strong response rate. 73% of our staff responded to that. Raymond commented that that was a very strong rate, especially for a first administration of this. And we will talk about this in depth at our March workshop, assuming I can arrange it with Raymond to have them here and help us go through these. That's our goal with the workshop. But just a brief covering of this. So the survey measures engagement, and the way Raymond describes engagement: if you're engaged, you're thriving at work, passionate, enthusiastic, committed. Then there's a not engaged category. Those are the quiet quitters, those that have checked out, putting in the time but not energy, and they lack enthusiasm. And the third category is actively disengaged. Those are the loud quitters. They act out at work, undermine engaged employees. They're negative and unhappy. So Raymond uses Gallup data that has about 6 million responses, what they've told us, and looking at those national rates for every employer, regardless of sector, business, that kind of thing. 34% of the employees are engaged, 51% are not engaged, and 15% are actively engaged. So our results for all of our employees is 33% are engaged, so that's 1% lower than the average. 53% are not engaged, that's 2% higher than the national average. And then 14% are actively disengaged, that's 1% lower than the national average. Breaks it down into every employee group, location, job role, and everything. As long as there were 4 responses in any particular category, we get that data and we can compare it with the other data. So look forward to going through these results with the board and the community at our workshop. It's been a really interesting experience. I did have a chance to meet, we all did, with our central office staff and kind of go through it and share the results for them and get their thoughts on, how we present it and what kind of questions to ask. And I gave them an opportunity to provide some feedback. The idea is we're working to meet with the board, meet with the administrators, each of the employee groups. We'll hopefully have a meeting coming up there with the AEA leadership to talk about the teacher results, and then kind of build that plan for next steps responding to those results. So then moving on, strategic plan updates. This past Saturday, we had, I think, 54 participants in our strategic planning, members from the board, the community, employee groups, students, parents, were all present and engaged in that process. I guess I would open it up to any feedback, thoughts from any of you that did participate in it. Put you on the spot.
I thought it was great. I couldn't believe how quickly 4 hours went, and it was really nice how we were in groups with a community member, staff, student, and just to be able to have that chance to dialogue with groups that you don't typically get to dialogue with was really enlightening and definitely great use of time. I thought even outside of strategic planning, it'd be nice to do this just more often, like once a year or something, just to have that chance to sit down and dialogue and what's going well, what's not. So I thought it was a great use of time and was glad to be there.
Good.
I thought it was pretty amazing how, we had people from all backgrounds from around the community, and yet when we sat down and discussed both strengths and weaknesses, there was very common items that came up across the board. And, it just is a reminder that even though we have our differences, we still really share the same values in the community and really want what's best for the schools. And so I was quite pleased to see that, and I thought it was a wonderful exercise.
Good.
Question, since I wasn't able to be there, what other opportunities will there be to capture community sentiment? And what would that look like as far as the process?
Well, the bulk of the work is going to be taking this direction and working within the district, going to our employees and that. But we did talk about how do we engage this group again.
Okay.
There was questions about that, so we're kind of building that plan as we go. The first step, of course, will be at March 14th's annual workshop for the board. We'll be going in depth in what we covered and what came out of it at that point. And so I did encourage everyone that attended on Saturday to come and attend that. That'll be a board meeting, so their opportunity would be at public comments. Sure. But we certainly want to keep it going and sharing the results and at each step of this process going forward. So we can certainly build in an annual process to come back, or and originally, as you know, when Dan was talking about this structure, you have this large group do this 4-hour session in the first year and then schedule it for a more brief return in the summer to check in 1 year from now. just to kind of continually check in on the progress and weigh in with their thoughts.
Thank you.
Yep. Anyone else?
I think there was some information in the statistics you shared about APS, square feet and staff members, and how many kids are from economically disadvantaged families. So I think there were some people in that room who weren't aware of the size of this district or all of the kinds of things that people in the district deal with every day.
Yeah.
So I think it was good to share that, and I hope you will eventually share that same packet of material with.
Yeah. Yep, we'll be sending out electronically again to the people that participated, and we can even create a strategic planning page on the website and put those materials out there so everyone sees them.
Be a good idea to do that. I think that's a great idea.
That was a difficult process to whittle it down to. We don't have 4 hours to go over all of the data around the district. You know, we're targeting half hour, and there was still a whole lot more we could have covered in that section.
Yeah, I think it's just nice because people do come, and, public comment, not as much as sometimes, but it was actually one of the great chances to have a dialogue with members of the community when they, say, well, this is a concern or this is going well, and actually be able to speak back and forth since we don't typically have that chance. So it made me think maybe we just need, as a board, I know we can't collectively always be together because of open meeting, but every now and then to just do a board get together, 2 or 3 people, and public can come and just kind of sit down and casually dialogue. I thought that was really nice. So,
to your point, Eric, I would just add that there seemed to be a strong desire among the attendees to not have this be a one and done. That there was a real strong hope that there would be accountability on our part and follow up with all of them as to, okay, here are the points that we consider valid and the things that we're concerned about. Let's make sure that that dialogue continues. So I would agree. I think if it's a great opportunity to keep those going.
And I think we, build that starting with the March 14th workshop, kind of what that vision for this plan looks like.
I was interested in how we had 7 different groups. In so many of the groups, we all had a lot of the same strengths and weaknesses, but then looking at the other groups of things that my group hadn't thought of, and I was like, yeah, that could be. So it was just to have that diversity of all the different people in the room that all had different ideas and different opinions, and yeah, and I had great discussions at my table, so it was really nice. It was, I think it was very productive.
That's good. It appeared, I just was kind of monitoring the room, but I was really happy to see, number one, our students were actively involved at each table. And we actually heard from the parent of one of the students who said, I can't believe she did that, and she's now planning to come to the board next month with an idea, to help us improve. So what a great opportunity to nudge her in that direction.
I think it was the student at my table because she asked me when she could come, and I said, I told her, these are the dates, and, come and present she's very passionate about what she wants to present.
Yeah. And our employees too, for them to step up and come and share freely, just kind of looking at people, and I was really pleased to see some people who I thought would just kind of sit and listen and observe. They were sharing, and that's what we need, so.
Yeah, and not even teachers, to have, bus drivers there. It was collectively a very diverse group in that way, so.
Yeah. Anything else on the strategic plan? So again, we'll go into depth in it on the 14th. You may have seen me out driving the bus. I would like you to know, AJ, I hear your voice when I'm going. I successfully alley-docked one time.
What's that?
That is, well, let me tell you what that is. So you have to, first off, we train in the junior high, and we spend most of our time in reverse, which means the reverse signal is going off. Basically, look at me, look at me, look at me. And, I'm hearing reports from the kids that they're sitting at the window watching me drive.
Well, sure.
Anyway, I did not hit any cones, which was wonderful. But you do a series of backing up 200 feet in between cones. Then you have to pull off perpendicular to these 2 rows of cones. Then you have to back into one. And there's no wall, but you can't breach the imaginary wall with the back end of the bus that is 40 feet that way, and you're looking at mirrors. And it is apparently the bane of anyone's attempt to pass a driving test. But with a lot of coaching and hand signals, I was able to successfully do it. So
Well done.
making progress. But the great news is I am in the bus training with 4 other people who are also training. So relief is coming, people.
So
We're
can I
happy about
back up on the hiring list that Samantha
Yep.
went over? So are those relief drivers, have they started the process? Are these some of the, that
Yeah,
are with
Bruce
you?
and Sean are on the bus
Okay,
with me.
so they've been hired, but they're going through the process.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and then we drive through town and I have to resist honking, that's my thing. But anyway, I do, on a serious note, I do again want to extend our condolences or concerns, empathy for any of the families that have been impacted by DPI closing. That was shocking, and I can't imagine what they're going through right now. So just a reminder, we do have services available for our students, if they're experiencing any challenges. And of course, any of our staff members and community members, just let us know and we'll help in whatever way we can. Just know we are with you and thinking of you and hope for the best in that. And I know the radio station, the newspaper, they're all publishing. There's job fairs coming up and things like that, food bank. I think All Saints is doing a food drive soon. So just a lot of community reaching out to help wherever we can.
The cider place downtown posted on their Facebook page all the different services in town that can help out. And Stacy, kudos to your company.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a eye-opening couple of days. For those who aren't aware, I'm a loan manager at Wolverine State Credit Union, and there's been a lot of people that aren't quite sure what their future holds, not just their immediate future, but their long-term future. And it's been amazing to see the outpouring of support. It's been really wonderful. I'm proud to be a part of that organization and just a little bit with all the others that have stepped up and are doing so much. It's what makes this place such a great place to be.
Yep. Final note, the election is tomorrow. We ask people to go out and vote. We do have the operating millage on the ballot. So we encourage people to get out there and vote.
Yes, please.
Great. All right, you finished up? All right, we will move on to information and questions from board members.
Math night at Lincoln, Wednesday night, 4:30 to 6. And if you can make it to Mr. Skiba's classroom, it's pretty amazing.
Great. I did have one question specifically for Leslie and Dave. When on the district website, when people go to view the agenda for board meetings, I know it's not interactive. Is there any way, or have we in the past ever been more transparent or public with the policies that we're going through? As we're going through it tonight, I think, we go into such great discussion at workshops about what we're changing, what the considerations are, and then we have these meetings where we're actually televised and we don't actually get to rehash a lot of our conversations. So I didn't know, have we ever in the past had the drafts like that we have in front of us available as active links on the website, or has that always been?
Actually, the agenda that was posted, the agenda is posted in the calendar event.
Yep.
Did have those policies linked.
Oh, see, I checked today and they weren't.
They weren't?
No.
Okay, then, because they were linked in the PDF version of the agenda
Okay.
that was shared.
Okay.
So I'll have to check.
Okay, that'd be great. If we just
That's a
clarify,
good- that's a good
clarify
idea.
on that, I think that would be, I know they're not secret. We send them out to media and things, but the media's not gonna share, all of it, but there, maybe some people who are interested in
Yeah, I'll
checking
check
them
that.
out in a little bit more detail, so.
I think it would also help be beneficial, like this evening, for example, when we blanket pass a large number, and it looks like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? What is all this about? And if you have the ability to look at them in advance, you're gonna see, oh, there's a similar theme here, the amendments and proposed amendments are all in line along the same theme, and understand a little bit more. I would certainly want everybody who is interested to be able to get that information if they want it.
Yeah,
So
I know
that's a good
sometimes it's
point.
difficult too. You go to click on something and it'll say, access denied, and it's not intentionally that people are denied, it's just the way it's set up, so, okay, great. Well, I'll follow up with that again when we get the next round of policies, so.
And after all, public comment's been quiet lately, so
Yeah.
I'm sure if we start posting that stuff, we'll get some takers, and it'll be
Yeah,
good.
well, and maybe not. I mean, they read it and they say, okay, that makes sense,
No, maybe
you
not.
know? And then when they tune into these board meetings, it's a little bit clearer for them as well, so that'd be great. Anything else?
For me.
Okay. Well, with that, you have our advanced planning coming up, our workshop on the 11th, 14th, the annual board workshop where we'll be discussing the strategic plan more in detail. Spring break, following spring break is the regular board meeting on the 25th at Wilson, and the rescheduled board visitation on April 24th at Wilson and the junior high. And with that, we can adjourn.